like, and subscribe. I find it hard to believe that that the military is going to allow Trump to attack Iran. First off, the United States with NATO and Ukraine could not defeat Russia. And Russia had a little help from North Korea. Then the United States abandoned Ukraine because it was a losing proxy war. We lost that war. Secondly, the United States has 800 bases spread all over the world. I don't know how many bases are in the Middle East that are within target range of Iran. If Israel could not stop the bombs and the drones from hitting them, then those bases are not going to be able to stop the bombs and drones from hitting them. They are sitting ducks. Not only do they have to fear being bombed, they are surrounded. They can just be attacked by militaries in the Middle East. They can be attacked by civilians, can overrun those bases. The people in those bases don't stand a chance. None. Now, what countries in the Middle East will the United States be able to deploy troops to attack Iran? What countries are going to let them create a base where they can attack Iran? Now, do you think Iran has already said that they're going to attack those bases? Now, whatever country decides to allow Americans to build up an attack force is going to be attacked. Iran already said that they're going to be attacked. So will America even be allowed to build up a base in the Middle East? And they're going to be surrounded. Because countries already said that they're not going to allow the United States to use their airspace. And speaking of airspace, Israel has been knocking out the F-135, the fighter jets. They've been knocked out. They've been destroying them with drones or whatever. Also, where is he going to launch these planes from? He definitely won't do it from the Red Sea because they're using aircraft carriers, because the Houthis ran them out. So is he going to launch an attack using those aircraft carriers? And how damaged were those aircraft carriers? This whole scenario sounds insane to me, absolutely insane. Furthermore, Turkey is planning on hitting Iran also, and they have drones. Then you have China. You know China is backing Iran up with high-tech drones, more efficient than the American drones. Now, is America going to put boots on the ground? No, they'll be outnumbered. America can't possibly win a war in Iran. Iran's nuclear capabilities is ridiculous. And China is supporting Iran. And not only is China supporting Iran with weapons, and see, and China has more technologically advanced weapons than the United States. Much more advanced weapons. Now, if China gets into it, I can guarantee you North Korea is going to get into it. Then you have Hezbollah, the Houthis, Hamas. The United States, the most the United States can do is bomb. The United States cannot put boots on the ground. Can't put boots on the ground. Now, can they? And the only thing that's going to happen is that the United States is going to get hit with hypersonic missiles. The United States is going to be hit with hypersonic missiles. And when you look at, get a globe and find Israel on the globe. Then find Iran on the globe. Israel is about 20 times, at least 10 or 20 times smaller than Iran, with a dense population. Iran is larger. So even if you get into a bombing campaign, you've got a wider area. And the bigger the area, the more chance of survival. The smaller and more condensed the area, the smaller the area you have to attack. So what is the United States going to do? I know good and well you're not going to put troops in Israel. So what kind of war are you talking about fight? What kind of war can you fight in Israel? Seriously. Seriously. You're gonna fly soldiers in airplanes? Drones. You're gonna bring them in boats? Drones. As soon as they get in the vicinity, they're gonna be attacked. And whatever country allows them, United States forces, to land, they're going to be attacked. And if you pay attention to what's happening in Ukraine, as soon as military people land, Putin is bombing them. Putin is attacking and bombing them before they even get to the battle. Before they get to the battlefield. And then my question is, the soldiers that's going to land there, do they want to fight for Israel? Do they want to fight for Israel? Are they going to be fighting for Israel, or are they going to be fighting to survive? It's a difference between being put in a situation and wanting to be in that situation. I don't believe this is going. I can't see this happening. I can't see it happening. And then you got a guy who's never been in the military. Trump has no military acumen. He has no military acumen whatsoever. In other words, he does not know what he's doing. He's emotional. Doesn't know what he's doing. And he's a coward, or else he would have joined the military instead of getting 5 deferments. This doesn't make any sense. There's no way that the United States is going to defeat. In fact, this is a setup. They set this up around the same time Russia went into Ukraine. It's about the same time Hamas attacked Israel. About the same time. And this whole thing's been playing out. And if you notice, Russia's getting ready to get this war over with in Ukraine because they're attacking Kyiv. They're attacking the capital. So once he takes them out, Ukraine is done. Put a fork in them. Unconditional surrender. You see, understand this. Iran is not Iraq. Iraq had a few Scud missiles that they purchased from the United States. So the United States knew their capabilities. They knew the capabilities of Iraq. Iran, all that stuff, they got thousands and thousands of drones and missiles, hypersonic missiles. And those things cost between around $30,000 to make. To shoot those drones down, those missiles are going to cost up to $250,000. Some cost a million. And then Iran is going to be shooting with some of those drones are going to be dummies. They're not going to have explosives in them. So they could be shooting down drones worth $1,000 with $1 million missiles, $250,000 missiles. And these could be the dummy drones. And they've already, and you know the funny thing about it is that when a country lies about the damage that they have taken, when they lie about the casualties, that gives people, that's propaganda. And lies don't work when you get into a fight. You need the truth. You need the truth to understand what you're getting into. Propaganda doesn't help you. It doesn't help you. I mean, the terrorists failed. The terrorists failed, and then he's trying to take that back. And this United States is not going to defeat Iran. No way. And see, this is different than the proxy thing. This is a war. And if you commit to a war, then you can be hit. It is legal for them to hit you. And hit you wherever they can. And China's already signed into this thing. China's already there. Russia's going to be sending drones there. And Turkey is going to be sending drones there. Then you got Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis. They have boots that they can put on the ground. They have boots that they can put on the ground. And this will be World War III, and I can guarantee you something else. This will be over quick. This will be over quick. So I'm hoping somebody can talk to him. Because we don't have the drones with the capabilities of the drones that Iran has, the drones that China has, and the drones that Russia has. And see, Russia got plenty of practice for this. And then yet North Korea is going to be sending missiles and drones too. So you got, NATO doesn't have anything. And then another thing, look up rare earth minerals. 90% of the rare earth minerals that are manufactured and processed is done in China. And if you're going, and it's already, I heard on the news that when China stops the rare earth minerals from coming to the United States, then the United States will out of the necessary rare earth minerals they need to produce weapons. within 3 months. See, understand this. Propaganda ain't not, when Russia says they're going to do something, they're going to do it. When China says they're going to do something, they're going to do it. When Iran says they're going to do something, they're going to do it. When North Korea say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. And you talking about United States don't stand a chance. Look at a military parade shows your potential. Compare the American military parade with what you see in North Korea, what you see in Russia, what you see in China. And see, when you look at their military parade, they're organized. And see, organization has a lot to do when you fight in a war. When you fight a war, you have to have it starts with organization. There was no organization there. And them Abrams tanks, they are ineffective. The Abrams tanks are ineffective in Ukraine. They're blowing them up. The tanks that were used in Israel, not effective, blowing them up. And Israel right now looks like Gaza. Israel looks like Gaza, and Israelis are lying about their casualties. They're lying about the casualties. So when you lie about the casualties, then your military is going in there unprepared for what they have to face. You need the truth. But the only thing I can say is this. Immigrants that were put out the United States, thank God you got put out the United States. With common sense, if you're going to go into a war, it makes more sense to try to get these immigrants to join the military. But I'm going to say this about African Americans. I can tell you this. I like the fact that Kamala didn't win, because she disconnects African Americans from this debacle. The fact that Langley was demoted and taken out and was put out of there is another plus for African Americans, because it disconnects us from this debacle. And I can tell you right now, densely populated cities where there is a large amount of blacks will not be hit by hypersonic missiles. They're going to bypass us because we're really not, because the way the situation has came out, we're not a part of this. We're just stuck in the middle of this. So hopefully Trump will change his mind and act like he has some sense, because this guy is just riding. He's just riding emotions. He's not a reasoning person. He's riding his emotions. And everybody knows this. They're not paying Trump any attention. They stopped paying Trump attention a long time ago. They don't trust him because he flip-flops. You can't trust a person that flip-flops. So they stopped paying him a lot of attention a long time ago. He screwed up with the tariff. Then he flip-flopped on that. Well, I told African Americans, if you go to my home site, I tell you how to spiritually protect yourself from this debacle that I hope won't happen. Like, subscribe, talk to you later.